The Donald Ramotar administration, which accuses the opposition of trying to use parliament to block social and economic progress in the country, is now leaning on the same opposition for support on moving forward on the Amaila Falls Hydro project. The cost of the plant, which is now estimated to be over $858 million is considered the highest public investment project Guyana has ever seen. And it's for this reason the opposition coalition, a Partnership for National Unity, APNU, is demanding that the government reconfigure the packaging of the plant, ensuring that the national interest is protected and that there must be no tariff increase to consumers. Opposition spokesman on finance Carl Greenwich.
We are not in a position, nor is the government, to point to any independent source saying, look, these tariffs will come down. Okay? And I think everybody that has looked at this project is concerned. It is not cheap energy. Okay? In fact, the approach to energy and energy planning is for affordable energy. Okay? This isn't cheap. It isn't cheap because it is, at this point in time, the single most expensive energy project being undertaken anywhere in the world as regards the cost per kilowatt hour of the power to be delivered.
At the last sitting of the National Assembly, the government, with the support of the Alliance for Change, passed the Hydroelectric Amendment Bill and also a motion to extend the external debt ceiling. The bills are two prerequisites, the government says, for the Inter-American Development Bank to lock in its support.
There is not a Amaila project before the Parliament. There has never been. I want that to be clear, and if I have to say it 50 times, I want you to understand. There is not an Amaila project before us. The project that is called Amaila has actually first entered Parliament in 1956. It had nothing to do with Amaila then. It has very little to do with Amaila now. It has to do, the modification that we have looked at has to do, this is the motion, the bill, sorry, has to do with a requirement by the IDB.
The party maintains that its opposition to the project at this stage is not for political gains. However, it's to see the avoidance of another Skeldon sugar plant which has not produced the expected results according to the party. APNU's leader David Granger said also that the party has taken such position against the project in its current state after numerous consultations with its members.
We have visited 60 communities from the Barima Waini right down to the Rupununi. We have visited about 60 different communities and we've spoken with people, we've gotten feedback. As Mr. Granger says, the site hasn't done that. We have been on the ground and we've been speaking to people. In addition to that, APNU has structures, it has institutions. We have a leadership council which meets every quarter. We have an executive council which meets every month, and we get advice. In addition to that, there are advisory groups, particularly a functioning economic advisory group which gives advice, which studies documents, which does research.
President Donald Ramotar on Friday night had confirmed that Site Global had pulled the plug on the project. However, he said he remained confident that the project can still go ahead. Site Global claimed that a lack of political consensus was the main reason behind its departure. Leroy Adolphus, Capital News.